Yo, what's going on YouTube? Um, how many fathers actually want to be more than the financial breadwinners for their children? And I'm talking about two parent households. I've seen a growing trend where men no longer just want to be the money makers, right? They've kind of dealt with the whole egotistical, I'm the head honcho, I'm the main breadwinner. Like, we've kind of done away with that. I mean, I used to be like that, but not anymore. I've seen too many professional women. I've had too many female bosses to where the whole ego of, man being the head honcho is not that realistic anymore. We're all going for the same jobs. We're all competing. So I think that's like a trend that's slowly trying to phase away, and you have a lot of men who would rather work less and spend more time with the family because they've noticed something that nobody wants to talk about. We all know that children are falling off because they come from single parent households. This is a major problem in the black community, but it's an issue in terms of the American society at large. But nobody talks about the children who are also falling off who come from two parent households. I feel like mother and father have always had this unwritten agreement where both sides know that the children need financial support, they need emotional support, they need physical support in terms of food and all that other stuff. And they've said, well, you take care of the money, right? They told the men that, you take care of the money and I'll take care of everything else. That's kind of the environment that I grew up. Most of my black friends, we all came from two parent households where the mom was at home, maybe she worked part-time, or she did hair or something, sold Avon, and the father was working, whether it was construction, whether it was for UPS. He was working full-time, overtime, so that they can reach, the balance. But a lot of these kids were still falling off. Only a handful of us actually had a plan for after graduation, and so many didn't. Women from two-parent households were still getting pregnant. Dudes from two-parent households were still in gangs. Were still living recklessly. What was happening? I mean, the money was there, right? I've seen well-dressed teenage women who are pregnant. I've seen well-dressed young black boys who are thugging it out. Really, I've seen it before. They're in the new clothes. They're in the new Jordans. I mean, they're living in a nice area. They're driving nice cars. The money was there. But what happened to the direction? What happened to the other side? We went to work so that our family, would have the nice things, and the women were more so supposed to be there to give direction. But what happened? So you have a lot of dudes that are like, nah, forget that. My kids may not need to be in the nicest clothes or live in the big area or live in this type of house. I'd rather cut back on that and be there to give my children direction. And that's what you see more men trying to do. Because this whole unwritten agreement in terms of I'm the financial breadwinner, you give the kids direction, you give them discipline, has kind of fallen off. Right? I'm not trying to attack the women and say that they dropped the ball, but all I have to say is the old arrangement isn't working, so something new has to happen. And the men are trying to say that we want to be there more, right? We'd rather cut back on our careers to spend time with the family. Most of the teachers that I work with, the male teachers, they became teachers and it was a career change. So being a teacher wasn't their first choice. They were doing something else. A lot of them have MBAs. A lot of them had engineering backgrounds, science backgrounds. But they decided to get into teaching, make a little bit less of in terms of income, but they have more time to spend with their family. I mean, these dudes are family men to the T. I mean, their pictures are everywhere, and they really love it. They love the fact that they're done at 2:33, and they're at home with their family, chilling and having fun, because they want to be there. But I feel like what's hurting, what's hurting men from being there in terms of giving their children direction is that the women still want to hold on to this whole idea that they need the security blanket, right? The women don't really care if the dude can be there more for their children. It's more so, I want the security blanket. I want to know that I can be well taken care of, or if I can't work, somebody's still going to be there to provide. And we have to do away with that. We can't have that anymore. I don't think women can have that security blanket. You can talk about how all that's in a woman's nature. Well, it has to change. It has to be an equal partnership now. We can't have the unwritten agreement where we wait on one side to do their part. It has to be both. Man and woman have to contribute to the family financially. Man and women have to contribute to the family in terms of direction as well. We can't have the unwritten agreement anymore because it's not working. It's not working. And it's not, like I said, I'm not trying to blame the women, but it's just not working. The whole concept of me going out, getting money, bringing it back home, and you taking care of the household, it's not working. It's not a slight on the women, but the children need their father's wisdom just as much as they need their father's wallet. Right? The children need their mother's wisdom just as much as they need their mother's wallet. So it's a 50-50 thing. And in closing, I don't really feel like it's the men who have a problem with this. We love the whole idea of 50-50. But it's more so the women, because they want to hold on to that security blanket. But in the end, that security blanket is low-key ruining it for your children. Because me trying to suit your needs and to, make you feel safe and secure is taken away from my ability to be there for my children who need me, not just in terms of my money, but who need my wisdom, who need my direction. So anyways, tell me how you feel. I know I'm going to have some interesting comments on this one. Take it easy. God bless.